It's time! Cincinnati, we gon' rise and up. In the jungle, we unite and up. Trippin' orange and black and white. All day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Now who gotta move rockin' on? Now who wanna move crossing on? Now who wanna move out on? If you got stripes, then you let the city know you rock 'em. Yeah, we got 'em. Yeah, we fought 'em. Like that black and orange up on 'em. Single bottle, never stop it. To the feastin' on 'em. Who they rockin' with the diamond stripes? Flossin' on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen. We gon' show the world who king. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our...
Welcome to another episode of Bengals and Brews. I am Del Altman, joined by my co-host, the Pork Chop, Chris Mertens, and our part-time co-host that's on here almost daily, Gregory Luther, and his Bengals and Brews hat. What's up, guys?
What's up, fellas?
Happy Friday, but a hot one outside today and all that, man. Just breathing in all that grass and all that, getting watery eyes, itchy throat, but I'm still going.
Dave, don't they test you at work, Greg? You can't be breathing in that grass, running them fucking mowers.
Hell no, man. Hell no.
Oh, you don't get random tested?
No, I don't get random tested. Hell no, buddy.
You got a medical card?
I don't have shit, man. I have the Greg card. That's all I need.
All right. I know you say you're breathing in that grass. I can't do that shit at the job I got. They'll fucking test me.
Today's show is sponsored by hydration because rum fucks me up. And
I am hydrating now, too.
I drank a lot of rum last night.
This might as well be water for what I got planned for later tonight.
Yeah. So we do have another show at 8 tonight. Probably be drinking then. Pork Chop's drinking a hard Mountain Dew, which it's just not very...
Just fucking delicious, though. Jesus Christ, if you like Mountain Dew, and if Mountain Dew and fucking beer had sex, this is their fucking baby.
But it doesn't really get you drunk.
No.
Nah.
I mean, it'll get you drunk, about like beer. I have a hard time getting drunk off beer since I had my surgery.
Right. You don't want to drink 5 of them. You want to get where you're going quickly, and that's why you've got your 4 Locos.
That's right.
That's why I had 8.
I got 8 fucking Locos in the fridge right now.
And then you'll be posting videos on Twitter like you did the other day if no one saw that.
Some of them will probably get flagged because it might be my testicles hanging out or some shit. I don't fucking know what's going to happen when that 4 Locos hits. That shit's 12% alcohol and 5% paint thinner.
And 3% crack.
3% fucking crack. All that shit I got fucked up on in my 20s did not prepare me for one fucking can of 4 Locos. The fuck? Yeah. They're letting high school kids are drinking this at their fucking parties, man.
That's why this generation's so after Pork Chop.
Back in my day, all we did was
crack in a can.
Back in my day, we just got fucked up on LSD and shit. You know what I mean? Now they're going all 4 Loco. What the fuck has the world come to?
The LSD's in a can form now.
Yeah.
You can drink it. That's in my day we just had Boone's Farm. You had to go cheap. You get Strawberry Hill or the was there other flavors? I think there was, but I feel like that was the popular.
I know all about the Strawberry Hill because my fucking sister Rachel puked up a whole fucking bottle at my kitchen floor. I was telling you, Dale, like when I was younger, my parents always thought that I got 3 younger siblings. I got 1 older and 3 younger, and my parents always thought that I was a fucking degenerate getting my younger siblings all fucked up. Turns out they were right. Mom, if you're watching the show, she already knows, but you were right. And Rachel got fucked up at my apartment. She threw Boone's Farm up all over my kitchen floor.
But at least it smelled.
It smelled like fucking strawberries. It smelled good as fuck in my apartment. And then I made her clean it up because I'm that kind of guy that's like, you fucking puke. I mean, I'm not cleaning that bullshit up. You threw up. If you're sick, that's different. But if you just got fucked up and threw up, she cleaned it up.
Sorry, poor
Oh, yeah. I've had plenty of that shit.
For Ken in the chat. I think I've had that a time or two as well. The Mad Dog 2020 for him.
Hey, and then, remember Alizé, that shit that tasted, that peach flavored shit?
No, I don't think I ever had that. Lexi. We're back on again.
My sister cleaned that shit up, and the next day, if you walk through the kitchen and you had a shoe on or something, it'd pull your shoe off. That floor was so sticky.
How many F-bombs in one show? Over 50. We haven't
You
hit
want to?
that
Hey,
mark.
you want to get fucked up at 3:30, man? Take a drink every time there's an F-bomb dropped on here.
And Matt here in the chat said, bad memories of Four Loco. I don't know anyone that's like good memories of Four Loco or woke up the next day and said, man, I just feel so great after having a Four Loco or two last night. I'm ready to conquer the world.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I didn't feel great when I woke up, but I seem to remember feeling pretty fucking good before I went to bed.
So you woke up, didn't you tell us like you were missing a sock? Like what?
Man.
What was going on?
Yeah, I woke up on my floor. I only had one sock and I was wearing lipstick. I don't know what the fuck happened.
Yeah, dude, the lipstick threw me off.
Hey, Four Loco, baby.
Yes, and I agree here. Matt's saying, like, you don't remember what you did. Like you said, you woke up with lipstick on and one sock and you're on the floor. You don't remember how your night ends. It just ends.
At least I made that video so I could remember how it started.
Yeah, you could remember when it was already going downhill based on how you sounded.
I showed my wife that video. She was like, are you faking that? And I was like, no. I said, man, that shit, I don't know what the fuck is in there, man. I was fucked up.
I might have to go find this on Twitter and share it on here for anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about.
Oh, that video of me?
Oh, yeah. That was good stuff. So, Greg, how was your day? You want to elaborate on your student?
What? Sorry. No, man, dude. Friday, man, just a busy day because we're off Monday. Had to make sure all the grass was cut. Had to get on my walk behind mower, get some hills cut. And hey, good news, no animals were harmed today.
Man, I bet you're pissed.
Yeah, sure.
Now, didn't you have to pick up a dead bird?
That was yesterday.
Oh.
So we're back to one day of no animal injuries or anything. So we're in good shape right now. No, but yeah, no. I mean, dude, allergy season's just kicking in for me because I work outside 40 hours a week. I mean, I hear all these office people say, oh, I was outside for an hour or two yesterday working, and man, I have allergies. Try being me 40 hours a week, but then we'll start talking and all
Why
that.
do I feel like that was directed directly at me?
No, not you, Dale. You're outside at times.
Not at work.
Okay.
And then I go out and cut the grass, and then it kicks my butt on allergies, Greg. Man.
No. But I'm just saying, man. My eyes start getting watery, my throat starts getting ticklish, and just I don't know, man. It's just like. Now I'm doing all right today and all that and stuff, but yeah, man, I'm just happy to be inside.
All right, so for anyone who didn't see this, this is Pork Chop mid Four Loco here.
Where you been all my life? I've been just drinking them goddamn hard Mountain Dews and shit, and I don't even get a buzz. But this motherfucker is only still half full, and I got me a buzz. It's pretty good. It tastes like fucking fruit punch, and it'll get you where you're going. This fucking advertisement from Pork Chop is brought to you by Four fucking Locos. If you want to get fucked up, man, grab your can of this motherfucking $1.99 at UDF. Peace. Love you. Easy. I don't know where you've been all my life. I've been just drinking them goddamn hard Mountain Dews.
Hey, look, I was fucked up. That bitch is a $2.99.
Yeah,
it's $2.99.
Yeah. Foxy says, "Stop your bitching." He's out there 60 hours a week, Greg.
Okay, Foxy, let's bring it on, Foxy.
And then, yeah, I seen. It was mentioned earlier in the chat as well, but Dustin's talking about Arizona, man. Literally, everybody in the chat thinks it's going to go to KC. I immediately thought Buffalo. I'd say those are probably the two favorites. I'm rooting that he goes anywhere but there. I can't believe they just released him and got nothing in return. I know they're saving money and they're kind of in a rebuild, so I guess teams probably knew that it would come to this, and that's why teams were patient and didn't give up any value in the draft or anything for him. So what are you guys thinking with where D-Hop's going to end up?
Well, first of all, didn't Lamar, wasn't his whole deal? Didn't he say, sign Odell Beckham and D-Hop, and I'll come back? I mean, that's a possibility. I don't know how D Hop ain't gonna get D Hop money there. Their fucking money. Lamar done took it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't know if they got the money, but I always say, man, the salary cap seems like a myth for a lot of these teams.
Why the fuck did they not just wait a few days after June 1st? What's the difference on the money?
It probably don't matter.
I guess not. That fucking place a dumpster fire anyway. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
So I know that was one of the quarterbacks he listed. He listed like 5 quarterbacks he'd want to play with. It was Josh Allen, Mahomes. It was Lamar. Who was it? Jalen Hurts.
Herbert.
And
Herbert.
The 5th one. So
go out there. Go to the fucking Chargers.
Yeah, no, I tell you what, to give you a sleeper, I'm surprised he did not mention I hope he doesn't go there. I'm surprised he didn't mention the Browns because he played with, well, I'm not going to say his name or anything on the Browns, but I'm surprised he didn't mention the Browns.
But if we just kind of think of the receivers those teams have, I mean, Kansas City probably has the not a very you look at Philly, they got Devontae Smith and they've got AJ Brown. So what? You're coming in as the third option there,
right? I don't see that.
I'm not really seeing that one. Even Baltimore, they added Beckham. They added the kid in the draft. Oh, what kid I like? The Zay Flowers. And then Rashad Bateman was a first-round pick just 2 or 3 years ago as well that they still have. So to me, okay, you want to come in there and maybe you're the third or Bateman's now just your 4th option or however it shakes out. I mean, I guess it would be pretty nasty with Beckham and Hopkins and then Flowers in the slot.
It would be pretty nasty if they had a fucking quarterback that could hit a fucking receiver down the field.
Yeah.
But they do not have that.
Well, no, I can't see the Chargers. I heard Mike Williams could be a cat catcher, but obviously they don't see it that way. I just don't see him going to the Chargers. Would he want to be the 3rd receiver for the Chargers?
Keenan Allen, Mike Williams there. So, and then you're looking at Buffalo, who has Stephon Diggs. They have the one guy who's kind of the speedier guy. Can't think of his name, but he's not super consistent. So to me, Buffalo almost seems like probably the best spot. I know they drafted Dalton Kincaid and they had Knox. They got 2 tight ends they can get the ball to as well. But then you toss in Hopkins as well, and all of a sudden that offense looks a lot better on paper.
Ken, you ask how old Hopkins is. He turns 31 June 6th.
Okay. So he's no spring chicken there, but he might still have a good year or two. Okay, Chris is saying he's 29. Is that?
Hey, Wikipedia, born June 6, 1992, age 30.
Okay, so he's 30 right now or turning 30?
He's turning 31 June 6th.
Okay, so he's about to turn 31. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't really sure, and last year he didn't really have a very good season, right? Was he injured? I don't.
Well, it was just a whole mess with that team. I don't. But I mean, at 31, man. I mean, he's been in the league for how long now? 10 years now. I mean, I don't know.
Now I seen Malik Wright tweeted something about the Cowboys. Now I don't know if that's just pure speculation. He didn't list Dax on that list of 5 quarterbacks, so to me, that would kind of be awkward in a way,
But no, it makes sense. That'd be a good fit for him. I think with CD Lamb, that actually would make sense.
Yeah, the fit, and he'd be in the NFC. So to me, go to the Cowboys. I would like to see that probably more than the other options, because he'd be.
You
out
would
of
think
our
that now
division.
that he's released, he's going to pick. You would think that he's going to pick a team that he thinks can go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and that's a lot of those teams that he named have that potential.
That's what I'm saying. Like, even if he's going to be like the 3rd receiver,
it's true.
The 3rd receiver, if you win the Super Bowl, you still get a fucking ring.
Exactly. It doesn't matter. So that's a good point. And but I think if he goes to Kansas City, like who do they have? Valdez Scantling and Sky Moore and Kadarius Toney. Like
that
they brought in the Reed or whatever. Not Reed, but the guy from SMU at receiver. I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but either way, so none of those guys scream like superstar, right? So I think to me he'd fit in there if he wanted to go there. So I'd say the Chiefs and Bills, man, they make the most sense if you go through the rosters.
Is it Rashee Rice?
Yeah, Rasheed Rice.
Rushy Rice. Rushy Rice. Is that his name? Rushy Rice?
Rasheed.
Oh, Rushy. It's still a pretty fucking cool name.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck that guy because he plays for the Chiefs, but it's a cool name.
Fuck that guy now.
Waste a fucking cool ass name on the goddamn fucking Chiefs.
I don't know how interested the Bengals were, but I mean, especially like because he went in the second round, obviously. But if he would have stayed in the third or so, I'd say they would have taken a shot at him because we ended up getting a couple receivers. And I know they were there at his workouts and stuff. So, but Greg, ultimately, where do you think Hop ends up if you had to make a choice?
Realistically, if I had to think about it, as much as I don't want to say it, Kansas City just makes too much sense, man. I mean,
You agree with that, Job?
I do not.
I would say Kansas City or Buffalo. That would be my two top choices. I bet he goes to.
Yeah.
I'll say Buffalo just to be different than Greg. So
Yeah.
No, but be honest, I'm going back. I'm really surprised he doesn't want to go to Cleveland and all that. Cleveland, man, I think Cleveland's going to make a run for him. Don't you see that?
But I mean, once again, they traded for the guy from the Jets.
Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting that. My bad.
And they have Cooper and they have People Jones, and they also drafted Cedric Tillman with their first pick, which was the third round. But
I totally forgot they traded for that guy for the Jets. You're right. That doesn't make any sense.
Well,
Okay.
when we went through their roster, I was like, I remember going through their roster. We went through the division. I think you were on that show. And like we went through, and they have like 8 or 9 receivers that theoretically can make the roster. That's why I'm like, they're going to have to cut somebody because they got the Jakeem Grant from Chicago, who's a punt returner. They have the speedster that they drafted a few years back from Auburn, ran like a 4.2 something, that receiver.
Right.
They've got like return specialists, receivers, slot guys, outside guys. So, I mean, they've got the weapons. Do they have the quarterback? I don't know. I don't have faith in Deshaun Watson, the sick bastard that he is.
Yeah.
He makes terrible TikToks, if you guys have seen that.
Well, I know, but like I said, I'm not. I am not backing up. He had a year off. Let's see what he does. I mean, like I said, I hope it doesn't work out with Deshaun, but I'm just saying, man, he had a year off, so we'll see what happens.
They've had 2 years off.
2 years off, yeah.
Hey, I hope it doesn't work out for me. It's got nothing to do with being a fucking Cleveland Brown and fuck the Browns. It's got everything to do with fucking being a horrible fucking person and fucking.
No, exactly. No, yeah.
I mean, at this point, even though I fucking hate the Browns, I feel bad for them. I feel bad for their fans. They have to root for that piece of shit.
Yeah. Well, I feel bad for some of them, but then a lot of them embrace him and just like, it's like,
yeah.
Well,
it's just like I said. It's just that whole. Ugh.
Hey,
well, I mean, the judge come out and said like it's just one of those things where she didn't have the power to necessarily, sadly those are one of the hardest things to prove. But I mean, she said he is a sexual predator. She in her statement, so like she put that in there. So that's not something you can be like, oh, he'd sue you for slang. No, that's what the judge ruled, that he is a sexual predator.
Yeah.
So if you call him a sexual predator, you're just going off of what was the findings.
I hope his fucking house has a green dot on it if you look it up on the map. That sexual predator shit.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
I doubt it.
Nasty fuck.
Yeah.
Take another drink. Take another drink. I said fuck again.
Again. There's 2 there.
Fuck. Oh, shit. Fuck. Somebody getting fucked up. I'm trying to help people out here, man.
No one's probably drinking pork chop at 3:30.
I know.
It's usually me.
I'm drinking, but
I'm not even.
I'm drinking, but it doesn't count. It's just fucking 5%.
Yeah. It's not. Nothing counts after your 4 Loco you had the other day.
That's right.
Everything
Everything
never
else
be the same.
Like even fucking like I got tequila. Why would I fucking drink that shit when I got a 4 Loco?
But yeah, today we're going to go over wide receivers. So look at our depth chart post NFL draft and undrafted free agency. We brought in some guys. So some of these names, and we'll talk about who we think sticks for the roster and then who sticks for practice squad. Just give our kind of predictions for that. So obviously we look at our starters. They're in place. They're not going anywhere, especially this year. Jamar T, Tyler Boyd, those guys are going to be here. They're, Boyd, we can discuss here in a little bit if we think this is the last year. T, we can talk about his extension here in a little bit. But for this year, these guys are here. Those are your starters. And then they drafted Charlie Jones. looks like he's probably going to be your punt returner. Good chance that he's going to end up winning that job. He's a 4th-round pick, so obviously he's going to have every chance to make the roster and win a job there. And then he's maybe your 4th receiver, but I'm still not counting out Trenton Irwin, who had 4 tutties last year and almost 300 yards. So you got Trenton Irwin as well, Andre Yosavash. Man, Greg is tired.
I know. Jesus
he didn't
Christ.
even do anything when I said Andre Yosavash.
Oh, yeah, Yosavash. My bad.
He's okay.
Poor Greg. I mean,
Man.
Greg is whew.
That fucking weed eater done wore you out today, Greg.
Yeah, someone get that man some Midwest barbecue stat.
Well, I might be going there tomorrow. So
You need to go like kick an animal or something so you feel better.
no, guys. Like I said, no, I'm sorry, but yeah, Yosavash, man, dude, you know me, man. I'm on Team Yoshi.
I know, but I said it and I looked down at you and there's no reaction. I thought, oh my gosh, this is a travesty.
Dude, it's just being out in the sun too long, man.
I know, you've had a rough day. I feel like you.
Hey, Dale, TGIF, bro.
Yeah, you got to rally, bro.
There you go.
Yeah, that's exactly
There you
right,
go,
Chris.
Greg.
Greg,
I
got
know.
one
I
for
can
you.
go pork chop. I love fruit punch, so I might try a 4 Locos sometime, bro.
Come
Greg,
over here to
put
the
ice
fucking-
in it. Put
Yeah.
ice in it so the ice will melt
You
and
don't
it
need
waters it down some so you don't get as effed up as quickly. And don't go full 4 Loco. If you drink half of one of those cans, trust me, you're plenty drunk.
Yeah, I can say
That
that's
video
true.
was Pork Chop halfway through
Yeah.
it. He should
No,
have
bro,
stopped
I
there.
don't have the tolerance you guys do. And pork chop, man, the tolerance that dude has, I'm like, man, this is serious business right here, man.
Yeah. He was done at that point.
Yeah, I was
Now-
just like,
We've listed 6 guys right there, right, that we think has a good shot to make the roster. Well, we haven't even mentioned Stanley Morgan,
Right.
special teams ace. Like, I don't really see him going anywhere. They love him. The players love him. Joe Burrow loves him. Joe Burrow's talked about, how valuable he is and how much he means to the team. Doesn't always catch a lot of passes, but as far as I know, our special teams coach, Darren Simmons, hasn't gone anywhere. So I can't see him wanting to get rid of, like, one of his best guys. Plus, if you need him to come out there and block on certain plays, he's done that and done that well. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting when we get there. But other guys on the list is Kwame Lassiter. They kept him around for a reason. Does he make a run? I mean, he looked good in the preseason. He just got overshadowed by the other guy last year that the Jags ended up picking up.
yes, he did.
What if he looks really good and forces his way into this conversation? I mean, he's only, 1-year guy. This is his 2nd year. He's a young guy. If he's out there balling out in practice and balls out in the preseason, obviously you say, well, we'd like to get him to the practice squad, but you lost the guy last year trying to do that, and Kendrick Pryor. Would you want to do that again? I'm just saying I'm not ruling Kwame Lassiter out based on how well he played last year during the preseason. And then Trent Taylor, you can't really rule him out either. We think Charlie Jones is going to step in and fill that role. What happens when we get to preseason game 1? Charlie Jones drops a punt or 2.
That's true.
They're going to go, shit, we can't get rid of Trent. He's 2 reliable hands. So there's 9 guys potentially in the mix. And then you had your 3 undrafted free agents they brought in that I don't know too much about, just be honest. Shedrick Jackson, I know that's supposedly Bo Jackson's cousin or nephew or something.
Nephew.
From Auburn. Malachi Carter, don't know exactly where he's from.
He's from Miami. No, that's not Miami.
That's
that guy's from Georgia Tech.
That's Mac Hippenhammer.
Yes.
Is our Miami, Ohio guy. So hell of a name there on Mac Hippenhammer.
That's a fucking badass name too.
But those 3 guys, they're obviously coming in. They're looking to either impress in the preseason, maybe catch on another roster, but mainly, can you earn a practice squad spot? No one's likely to pick them up unless they just Kendrick Pryor it and look like a potential superstar in the preseason. But so those guys are probably fighting. And we usually keep at least 2. And now with practice squads being 16, we keep 2 or 3 receivers. Every one of those guys might have a chance, but it just depends. Lassiter, does Trent Taylor, if he don't make it, does he go to the practice squad? So how many, first off, do you guys think we'll keep? 6 or 7 on the roster? Because usually we've done as low as 5. But with us being such a passing team, I can't see us keeping 5. I think it's going to be 6 or 7. And that's even the hard numbers to whittle it down. So what do you guys think? I'll start with Sleepy down there on the bottom.
You know what? That's a good question. Depends on how well we keep everything else. I think, you know what? We're going to be a pass-first team, so I'm going to go 7 wide receivers. You know, we're a pass-first team and all, so that's what I'm going to go with, you know. So, I mean, Chase, Higgins, Boyd, Charlie Jones, Yossi Vosh, Trent Irwin, and Stanley Morgan.
You going 7?
Yeah, I think it's going to be 7. We're a pass-first team. And, buddy, the tight end room is not that, you know, great, so why not?
Yeah, that's the thing. You might go 3 at tight end instead of sometimes 4, 3 at running back instead of sometimes 4. Go light in those spots, keep your receivers. And you drafted receivers, and you have so many receivers on your roster for a reason, right? You
right.
Plan on keeping
That's
them.
what I'm saying.
So, Foxy here, good. This doesn't matter for making the roster, but it's a Jackpot Joey golf event. Last year was there golfing.
He was a nice
guy. He
guy.
can't golf worth the shit.
Me, James, and Bourbon got to meet him. Really nice guy and all that.
So Kwame Lassiter, if you're listening, you want to come on Dispute Foxy on that ever on our show, you got an open invitation along with the rest of the guys on the team, coaches. Anybody. You're listening, get a hold of us, man. DM me, Del Altman on Twitter, the Bengals and Brews account. You know, you can even shoot me an email, bengalsandbrews@hotmail.com if you want to feel professional. We got an email account too. So Report Chop puts nudes at, but
I do. I put pictures of my testicles when I go full 4 loco.
He has to send them to somewhere, right? So we're like, just send it to the.
It's not as bad as you think, though. I'm fucking manscaper, so it's some beautiful balls.
Is there such a thing? Like, would a woman say that man really has beautiful balls?
Yes, they would. When they see this fucking hang down.
That's not true. All right, so what do you think? You think keep 6 or 7?
Well, I kind of think it depends, like, because I'm wondering, like, Stanley Morgan's a big special teamer, but they changed the rules on the special teams this year where if you catch the fucking ball anywhere behind the 25 and you fair catch it, he goes out to the 25-yard line.
That's a good point. You still have punts, though, and you need gunners, and if he's usually a gunner on punt team, I'm pretty sure.
And didn't they cut him and then bring him back again last year?
I don't remember. Like that was originally. Kind of like, that's what we thought was going to happen with Wilcox. They didn't bring him back, but then they, on his, like, whatever, restricted 1-year thing that he had, they let him go off of that, and then they signed him to a 2-year deal. That's why he's back here this year. So
let's see. And it's not a 50 – they increased the 53-man roster this year too, right?
They did something with quarterbacks, but I as far as I know, I think they still have to be on the 53, but you could have them game day active if they're on the 53. I don't fully understand that rule. To me, it's like, well, you should be able to have 54. Your third quarterback don't count to your 53. Yeah. That would make, as a rule change, that would make more sense. And maybe it is, but I don't know. I didn't really dive into that rule. So
let me just count. We'll see. I say Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, and then I think number 4 is going to be fucking Chuck Sizzle, and then I think Trent Irwin stays because he was valuable in some clutch moments last time. And I was watching AC last night, and like out of 15 catches, I think 12 of them were first downs. So, I mean, that's pretty good.
And 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, and then Stanley Morgan for the special teams. Let me see here.
What about Yoshi?
And God damn it, poor chap.
What do I got? I got 7 already.
No, that was 6.
6. So now it's coming between Yoshi and like Trent Taylor, right?
And Lassiter, if you want to put him in that mix.
Man, that's hard to fucking say. I mean, Trent Taylor, because if Charlie Batch can't run the ball, I mean,
Charlie Batch.
Chuck Sizzle.
Going way back on this.
Hey, bro.
If Charlie Jones has trouble handling the punts, which I don't foresee happening, maybe that's why they keep Trenton Taylor. But I'm gonna go with Josevich because I think he's got some good upside. Plus, Greg's my dude.
That's
Greg,
right.
You're my fucking dude. So I'm taking Yoshi.
Yeah, that would have definitely put a dent in the friendship if you would.
I know.
If you wouldn't have kept him.
What the fuck?
There you go.
Boom.
Pound it hard, boys.
Like on the ride back from your house, man. Pound it.
Funny thing is, I drank a Red Bull today, and that still didn't keep me awake.
Yeah, but do you have to shit in a public bathroom?
No. You know what I like? It depends on which public bathroom it is. If it's a good brand new one, that's where I like to go.
I don't even care. I'll sit right on a motherfucking toilet seat.
Yeah.
Now that it's summer break, it's like, man, I'm kind of going to miss you, work bathroom.
No. I like having my privacy and all that in the bathrooms. I hate it when like someone comes in, goes right next. I like my privacy. I was about to put an out of order sign on a bathroom one time, so I'd have my privacy, but I can't do that.
Oh, at the hospital,
smart.
we just got like the one stall, like it's a door. It's not like a thing where you walk in there and there's a urinal next to the toilet. And I like to take a big fucking shit in there. And then when I'm done, I go around the corner for like 5 minutes to see if anybody else walks in there. It's fucking great.
Just to see, like,
yes.
you want to hear the reaction to
yeah, but I work night shift, so it doesn't happen very often. But it's so bad in there sometimes when I get done, you know? Just one sink. It's just
Is it the pork chop? Are they called pork shits?
It's fucking horrible shits is what it is.
So people come out and they're like, damn it, poor job.
Yeah.
They know exactly
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
Their effort.
Oh, man, I fucked that bathroom up.
No, I've had a few myself. I've done.
I bet you have.
I didn't do this, but you want me to tell you guys? No, it's too disgusting. We can't talk.
Yeah.
It's too disgusting.
For this show.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
Hey, is this right? I'm trying to read the banner there. Does that say rally around the natty?
No. Look, so one time I wasn't. The guy told me the story. This one dude had to go badly, shape of a log, and they had to get a stick and poke at it to break it up. And
yeah, that's what you used to use the metal coat hanger, chop them fuckers up so they'd make it down the toilet.
But then the one guy was like all grossed out, and the other guy was making fun of him. He's like, "Hey, come over here, look at this turd and all that and stuff." He's like, "Oh."
Which one of those guys was you, Greg?
It was not me. I swear to God, and all that and stuff.
Well, that's interesting. I expect him way grosser, by the way, though.
I know. He was like, I can't tell that story.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, if you can't tell it on Bengals and Brews, you know it's it's not worth it. You know you can't tell it anywhere else. So yeah.
But I think I'm with you guys. I think we initially keep 7.
Well,
maybe that depends on Chris Evans. You know, does Chris Evans show up and start to gain the trust of the coaches that they keep 4 running backs?
But another thing is, no, Dale, we had a deal here. Don't think I don't remember this. The deal was that Yosibas has to make the team. He could still make the practice squad. We could keep him, but the deal is he makes the team. So,
okay,
I don't think. Okay, deal.
What's the deal?
Oh, what was the deal?
12-pack, 16
Oh, it
ounce
was 12 pack of fucking.
It was 10 Miller tall boys, I believe.
They don't sell a damn 10-pack, Greg.
Wait, did you say Techno Shot?
He said they don't sell a 10-pack of tall boys.
Well, I'll just buy individual tall boys. Then what difference does it make?
He's
They
gonna
have a 12-pack of 16-ounce cans, Greg.
Okay.
Otherwise, you end up getting the even bigger cans. That would be more expensive.
Dale,
than a 12-pack.
Dale, I suck at math, so let's start over here. What is it? Why can't I just buy you, if I lose, I just buy you 10 tall boys? What is so hard about this?
That's fine, Greg. I'm trying to tell you that would be more expensive.
Right.
Oh, I see. You're trying to be a better friend here by saying I'd be better off buying a bunch of 12.
A 12-pack.
A 12-pack. Okay. I'm like, dude,
That's why people don't always get 6-packs, because then it's cheaper when you buy 12. Or sometimes people want to get a case of something because then it's cheaper than the 12.
So
Dale, a case of 16 ounce.
Dale, man, I noticed you're really good with math when it comes to beer. I've noticed.
Hey, that's the only time I'm good at math, man.
So, Dale, when you're in class and all that stuff, do you like say if you buy a beer for this guy and you buy a beer?
That's how you got to teach these kids, Greg, because then you get their attention.
Right, exactly. So there you go. Beer math I can do good with.
Dale can
Jack and Coke. No, I can do Jack and Coke. You put this much of Jack and this much of Coke.
Yeah,
Greg.
Dale can multiply by 12 ounces, 16 ounces, 22 ounces, and 24 ounces. Pick a number, throw it out there, multiply it by one of those, and Dale, he's like fucking Rain Man.
But yeah, I do think we keep the 7 on the active roster.
Yeah, I think it'll be 7.
I just don't think they want to risk Yoshi at the end of the day. I know I said, if it comes down to where they keep 6, then they've got a very tough decision on their hands because Stanley Morgan, and maybe they say, Yoshi, you know what? You've got this Olympic athlete. Your ass can play special teams this year. You're going to have to do it to replace Stanley if they keep 6. Because that's the thing. Even if they keep 6, I don't know if they want to get rid of Yoshi. It seems like they like him. It seems like the team likes him. It seems like they really want to develop that guy.
That's Dale, how you stay off the practice squad.
When we had James Rapino on, I did a Lutheranism about Yoshi. He's an uncooked ribeye. You don't have – he needs to get cooked, but you can take your time. You can nurture it. You don't have to rush it out. You can just take your time with this ribeye. And this ribeye could be awesome, but you don't need to rush it. Get what I'm saying?
Yep. And that's bring him along slowly. But if he can give you special teams, then that just helps himself.
Exactly. So, although if it was a corner, you don't want him to get cooked.
But he's not. He's a receiver.
Yeah. That's what James Rapine said would be great. You don't want to use the word cooked with a corner, just so you know. But yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah.
So Trent Taylor, I think he doesn't make the active roster. Does somebody pick him up? Maybe.
Yeah.
But if not, then you try to get that guy on the practice squad. Veterans can go on the practice squad. And that's if he wants to stay. Maybe he says, you know what? I don't see my opportunity coming here later on. I'll go to someone else's practice squad, and I think I'll get called up. Maybe he does that. There's no guarantee that he would want to stay on our practice squad.
Right.
We don't know that, but I think they would try to get Trent Taylor on the practice squad. Don't you guys?
Yeah, I think they work something out.
Well, he's been on the practice squad for a while, hadn't he? Trent Taylor? How many years? Oh, he's only been here 2 years. Is that right?
Yeah, and he's been active. He might have been on the practice squad that first year, and people were having problems. I don't know. He might have been active both years. I could be wrong on that.
Well, he's been active for part of both years because I wrote down that last year he had 6 receptions, and his career with the Bengals, he's had 8. So he had 2 in the previous year.
Yeah,
so he's active for part of it.
Well, yeah, I know he was part of it. I just can't remember because at first they had someone else doing the punts, and they were screwing up, and they had to bring him in. But I can't remember if he's on a practice squad before that. And, yeah, Chris, they do say there is something about protecting 3 practice squad players. Yeah. So is that just is that like right away, though? Is that – because I still think when you do your initial cut to 53, that exposes everybody, doesn't it? Because they're not on the practice squad yet. Right. You haven't formed your practice squad yet.
I think we'd have to look in the rules, but I know you can't say 3 players, though.
But you don't have a practice squad yet on your first on that big cut down day. So I think that exposes everybody to waivers to be picked up on another team's 53. If you make it through the initial, this is how I would understand it. I don't know for sure, but what would make sense to me. And then, once you go through the final cuts, those guys come back. Like we were trying to get Kendrick Pryor on our practice squad, and we were about to tell him, hey, we're adding you to the practice squad. And the Jags claimed him on the 53, so he didn't make it to the practice squad. So you really can't protect anybody right away on the initial cuts, obviously, because anyone has a chance to claim him. But now if you make it there, then it sounds like you can probably protect them for the rest of the year. But they got to make it on the initial cut. So that's the thing with Yoshi, like if you initially cut him. And that's why you might see some guys get kept and then they try to do it a couple weeks later or something. Put the guy on the practice squad and protect him. Yeah. But it's still risky at the time, anytime you do it.
Dale, isn't there a new rule? You're allowed to keep a third quarterback. He does not count as like a practice squad guy or something. Didn't they just pass that rule?
Yeah, we were saying that when you were down there asleep, basically.
Right, yeah.
We were talking about that. And but we don't know the exact rule. Does it count on the 53? Right. Does it? I'm not sure on that either. Need to look into those.
If Yoshi can be grabbed by someone else, though, they'll grab him.
They'll grab him. Oh, yeah, they'll nab him.
Yeah, they'll grab him.
Yeah. That's why I don't think they expose him. And I think Trent, you're willing to take that risk because you've got Charlie Jones too. Like, Trent, if somebody claims you, they claim you. If not, we'll try to get you back on the practice squad if you want to. If you don't want to, see you later, Because, it's not like anybody was knocking down his door the past couple of years. He could have signed elsewhere, and he hasn't. So I still think his best opportunity, he knows our system. He knows Burrow. If somebody goes down, he's coming up, So I still think it would be smart for him to stick around, but I can't promise, And then Lassiter, if he balls out like I think he's capable of in the preseason, I could see maybe somebody picking him up. But obviously, you'd like to have him back on the practice squad. And then if that's the case, then your Jackson and Carter and Hippenhammer, maybe you only keep one of those guys if you've got the other two back on the practice squad. That's kind of how I see it shaking out. How do you guys see it shaking out? Who do you think will end up being on the practice squad of this group? We all kept 7 on our active initial 53.
Trent Taylor, that's the big. You just wonder they want to develop the younger guys like Lassiter or something. I know they value Trent Taylor. That's Dale. That's the biggest mystery is Trent Taylor. I know they value him, but if honest to God, if I just say, I'd just rather keep Lassiter and all that and stuff for one of the younger guys, so I know I can develop them. That's just my take.
That's a good point. I want to look up and see how old he is as
Watch
well.
This.
He's
how old is Trent Taylor?
He's 29.
29.
So he's not quite to 30 yet. So I mean, maybe you keep him around. But yeah, like you said, you got these other guys. Maybe they're 21, 22.
You got the 22 guys 6-7 years younger. That's a big difference, man.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised if he stays, but I wouldn't be surprised if he goes.
Yep. Either way, yeah.
We're gonna say on yours, he's gone. So you think they keep Lassiter, and then
yes,
you want to just 2 of these guys maybe, or
2 of these guys. And if it is Yoshi, he has to be one of those 3 guys we keep on the roster because, like we all agree, someone else will nab him in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
that's why I don't think you can expose him at all. Like.
Yeah. He needs to learn special teams. That's what he needs.
No, he does need to learn special teams. Yes.
Sport Chop, who you got here for the practice squad?
Well, Lassiter might be a good prospect because they had him, previously, and keep him if they see something in him. But as far as those undrafted free agents that they brought in, that Hippenhammer, he played for Miami, so it's not, it's not like elite college talent, but he had 54 catches for 769 yards last year and 9 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's
so. That's pretty good. And then, Joe probably likes the Bobcats because he's from there, and he had 3 touchdowns against them. So he might be a good one to keep. And then, Bo Jackson's nephew or whatever's got the name, but I don't know.
Yeah, he went to Auburn, right? So he's from which I'm sure being Bo Jackson's nephew didn't hurt getting to Auburn.
No. Yeah. So last year he had 16 receptions, 217 yards, no touchdowns. He's only had 1 touchdown his whole fucking college career. So but he did average 13.2 yards per reception in 5 years.
I wonder if he's a special teams guy because I remember we had remember Greg the one year we had the guy that ended up being like a 6th or 7th round pick from LSU and he had like no production.
Oh, what was his name? Damn it, that's going to drive me nuts. I know who the hell you're talking about.
And he ended up actually having a little production.
No, he did. What year was it?
Gosh, off the top of my head, I can't remember. But I just remember we drafted a wide receiver from LSU that basically – it's when they had like Beckham and Landry and those guys. So probably whenever they got drafted.
I'm looking up 2012 Bengals. I will know it. I'm looking that up. You got me curious now, Dale.
But this guy had like no production.
Bo knows.
But not having any production, I just wonder, is he like a special teams ace? Because, you think there's got to be some reason that they brought him in, even undrafted, because a lot of undrafted guys put up way bigger numbers than that. But we used a draft pick on a guy before. I can't believe no one in the comments has that name. That is a little throwback, and he was a 6th or 7th round pick. You could probably just go to the different Bengals draft classes, Greg. It's probably like 2010, 2011.
Hey, Ken brings up a good point that I was thinking too. Like if we get rid of Trent Taylor, who the fuck's doing the backflips?
Yeah, he's saying that he's got to bring more than that to stay on the team for Trent.
Yeah. But we do need that backflip.
It's like Yoshi. Come on, man. You're an Olympic athlete. You got to be able to do it. Pull off a backflip, bro.
Right. Did he do any gymnastics too?
It's like you're going to the practice squad.
We might get more than a backflip. You imagine what that motherfucker might do on the field?
Greg is in a deep dive trying to find this.
No, Dale, you got me thinking, man. You got me thinking so much, and this is pissing me off, man. Here we go. Here, James Wright.
Yeah, James Wright from LSU, wide receiver. And what an easy name, too.
Yeah, no, it's an easy name. I thought it was Brandon LaFell. I'm like, wait a minute, wrong LSU player.
Yeah, James Wright. I think he was he 7th or 6th? Does it
He was
say?
sixth. No, he was 6th or 7th round pick.
I know it was one or the other, but either way, it's like who? They drafted him. It's like who?
Right.
And he had hardly any production, but I guess he was just special team stud. And then he played here for I feel like 2 or 3 years.
2 years, like his rookie year, 5 receptions, 91 yards. 2016, 13 receptions, 106. That's not,
No, I know he didn't have anything crazy, but I mean, obviously he was special teams. He stuck. You stick on a roster for a couple years in the NFL.
Yeah. Well, no.
Good.
Yeah. The thing of it is, no, his knock is he had the talent. He couldn't get on the field because of Landry and Beckham.
Yeah, they were stacked. They had, I mean, obviously more guys than that, but those two alone,
Zach Mettenberger.
But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at with that. Malachi Carter, we'll see. I feel like he was kind of a late ad. I don't feel like he was on the initial reports, and then he came in late. Do you have any stats on him?
Yeah, last year, 23 receptions, 342 yards, 2 touchdowns, averaged 14.9 per catch.
Damn.
He was in college 5 years, 99 receptions for his whole college career, 1,417 yards and 10 touchdowns, and he averaged over the 5 years 14.3.
Okay.
So those are decent numbers.
Yeah. Kind of concerning. He only had 300 some this year, but so that's what I mean. And those guys, once again, they're practice squad. You see what you got there, see if you can develop them. If you need them in a pinch, they're coming in to play special teams.
Yeah.
I mean, you're probably signing somebody off the street if you get to where you need one of those guys, honestly, at that point, because you've got, like we said here, 9 guys above those 3 right now. So,
well, that's why Irwin came in last year. You know what I mean? Because we needed him. We needed to pull him in there. So
yeah, but he's built different, man. They said that his work ethic and stuff.
Right.
And he basically lived at the facility, so Trenton really busted his ass. And I know he is a lot more productive at Stanford than some of the numbers we heard there. So maybe Hippenhammer, I just kind of who the hell is that with this wild name? But he is the most productive, it sounds like, of the group.
And since I was big on hippos around here, so that Fiona or someone will definitely get involved.
There you go. He's got a practice squad spot there alone.
No. Hey, the Cyclones are for one night. Remember, they're going to call themselves the Cincinnati Hippos. So this could work out, man.
I think it was Bridget who's got waiting on her jersey to come.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. But hippos, man, oh my God, man, hippos are big around here, so he'll fit right in.
Hey, Dale, didn't you say if you get a custom jersey, you can only get 11 letters across it?
On the NFL, the NFL one.
So if you ordered if you love that fucking guy and you try to order a jersey custom, if they don't make one, you're not going to get it because his last name's 12 letters.
Yeah, you're shit out of luck.
You can get Ippenhammer.
Look at Hushmanzada. Poor DJ Hushmanzada, though.
I know. Well, obviously they made.
Yeah, they made Hushmanzada.
He's just saying if they don't put any out.
I'm just guessing that if the man makes the team or even a practice squad, you're not going to the pro shop and finding a fucking Hippenhammer jersey.
Yeah. At least not at the pro shop. Now Fanatics, it seems like they usually get around to putting the majority of the roster,
right?
Even practice squad guys, it seems like on their site at some point, but
hey,
they might just be like, screw it, he's got too many letters. We're not.
I think my jersey hookup will probably put the fucking Constitution of the United States on the back of the jersey if you pay the right price.
Yeah. And Irwin, Ken said Irwin has decent size. I mean, where did Foxy go? Because, I mean, I'm pretty sure Irwin's a really good golfer.
Yeah.
So, that's got to count. Kwame Lassiter sucked. How was Stanley Morgan? These are the roster. This is the inside info we need. I think T was pretty terrible. I don't think T's quite the golfer yet. But I think Irwin, and then I don't know about Morgan. That's the inside information we need from Foxy here, who was at the golf tournament.
Yeah, Foxy, man. I know you wanted me on your team. Your guy didn't show up, dude. You would have got. I mean, I was tired, and you would have gotten me.
Irwin's 6'2". Taylor's only 5'8".
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, Taylor's just he doesn't provide enough. But hey, if he is gone and he doesn't make the practice squad, we'll always have his backflips and we'll always have that 2-point conversion against the Chiefs when we
Yes,
beat
we
the
will.
Chiefs. So we'll always have those memories for Trent Taylor. That's if he doesn't. I still think he's got a chance to stick around on practice squad. And,
Yeah.
if you need him later on, you got a guy that knows the system. If you need a punt returner, you've got a guy that at least has good hands and catches the fucking ball, which is very important for the punt returner.
Maybe they try to squeeze him on the practice squad just because of the punt return ability in case something happens to fucking Chuck Sizzle.
Yep. Now, and that's the thing though, if Lassiter makes it, he can do it too. So that could be like, well, why do we need to keep Trent if we got Lassiter on our practice squad? If he shows enough that they want to keep investing in him and doesn't show too much that somebody else picks him up. So,
damn, I didn't know this. It must have been a locker room shot where they saw that, but I guess he's got some.
Yeah, Ken, how big is it?
Yeah, I mean,
how big a boy is he?
I didn't see that on my Twitter. That's interesting to know, though. I mean, I guess he's friends with Big Dick Joe.
Now, is it girth or length?
Maybe it's a combination of the two, but if it is, you got to keep that motherfucker around. You know me, if there was a good picture of it, I'd have zoomed in on it and shared it with the chat.
So Arizona, and maybe this is why you said that earlier, Pork Chop, but this is not a post-June 1 designation. They didn't even designate it post-June 1. So they're taking the entire $22.6 million dead cap hit this season. And maybe they just rather take it this season because they know they're in a rebuild and they're like, fuck it with the money.
You would think they would just wait. I wonder what the difference is if they would have waited until after June 1st, what the cap hit would have been.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just silly. I mean, it's less than a fucking week.
I don't get that either. Pork Chop, I do not get that. Oh, you look at all the experts, they're like, we don't get this at all one bit.
Well, like I said, they're a fucking dumpster fire.
Hey, you know what, man? Like I said, you just wonder if Louis Anarumo was like.
I was just thinking that, Greg. Like, he went out there. I know that there's only 32 of those
exactly.
Jobs. Jesus Christ, man. Walking into that fucking situation.
Right.
It's like you're set up for failure.
That's like walking into a volcano, man. I ain't doing that.
No, I will not walk into a volcano.
Well, if you were on Locos, you probably would.
You know what? I'm not going to fucking rule it out if I'm drinking the Four Loko.
Yeah. All right, a couple things here. This is from our favorite robot, Dove Kleiman. Colts rookie Anthony Richardson already splitting first-team reps with Gardner Minshew, per the coach. So he's trending towards starting. I know, Greg, you got a brother-in-law, right, that likes the Colts. So looking like Richardson, man. And Richardson has all the tools.
No, he wanted Richardson from the get-go. After the combine, that's who he wanted. He didn't think he was going to get him. He didn't think they were going to get him. He was so happy.
I thought I'd mention that because we do play them. So it sounds like, even if he don't start game one, well, what do we play him halfway through the year?
Yeah, no. I guarantee Richardson will be starting halfway through the year.
We play him in the last half of the last part of the season because Indianapolis is one of those games that fall where they could flex us into Thursday night because they play
they could.
Okay. So, I definitely think he starts, and it sounds like he might start all year. Yeah. I kind of thought maybe they go with Minshew, especially first 3 or 4 games. Just because he's a veteran, and Richardson, I thought he needed that work, but that just probably says he's ahead of schedule.
The Colts have nothing to lose, so it wouldn't surprise me if they just started Richardson.
Well, he went to the perfect spot for him. He just went to the offensive coordinator that Jalen Hurts had.
Right.
So if anyone's going to know how to use his talents to the top of the level, it's the guy who just had Jalen Hurts have a breakout season and look like a league MVP. It should have been Super Bowl MVP.
Right. And this guy is way more athletic, way bigger than Jalen Hurts too. So this guy could really do a good job with him.
Yeah.
I had a good feeling about him coming into the draft too. I really had this fucking weird gut feeling. But my thing was that I thought for some reason that Indianapolis was going to make a play for Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I thought so. He wanted Lamar Jackson. My brother-in-law wanted him so badly and all that.
And then I thought Baltimore was going to jump up and take Anthony Richardson. And to be honest, I would rather have Lamar Jackson on the fucking Baltimore than Anthony Richardson.
No. But Dale, the thing with Anthony Richardson was that didn't it? Even though he had this perfect RAS score, wasn't his game tape not that great at Florida though?
Yeah, he's like inconsistent, and his, I think his accuracy was, his like completion percentage wasn't real great, and different things like that.
Right.
Here's the answer to our question: Irwin's got at least 6 inches on Taylor.
Damn,
I know.
Packing.
Man, this is some fucking locker room gold right here.
I mean,
Yeah,
even if Trent, is just a few inches, then he's got 6 on him.
Sounds like he's got a career outside of football.
He's got the hair.
Yes, he does. He's got beautiful hair.
The hair around. He could be a golf instructor on the course, and then boom, boom. You go over to the. Okay, going way too far into that.
Right.
I went way too far.
I'm gonna say, damn, man,
Get out the putter.
I got the first one scripted already.
Yeah, I know, man.
All right. Another thing I seen that I just want to mention, maybe because I'm obsessed with the draft, as you guys are well aware.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
I've seen a couple different things. The one was the Jets. So, like, the Jets GM sitting there. And I thought for sure if they could, they were going to take Broderick Jones. And obviously the Steelers thought the same because they traded up. He even said, watch, the Steelers are going to trade up in front of us for Broderick Jones. But he had already said before that, they had the McDonald, who they ended up drafting the D lineman, which I thought was a little surprise from Iowa State. And then they had Michael Mayer as their number 2. So Mayer almost went at pick 16 to the Jets and then fell all the way to the seconds.
Okay.
If McDonald would have been gone, let's just say someone would have, which they were thinking someone was going to, the way that coach was talking in that video clip. But they were like, someone's going to take him. I'm like, no, they're not, but okay.
McDonald, we didn't even know it was going to be a first-round pick, man.
But if they would have taken McDonald, Mayer would have been their choice. And I just go back to, what the hell is the obsession with the tight ends on the Jets? Because then, CJ would have had to got cut or something.
Yeah, exactly. I don't get this, man. You have, Cameron, the kid from Ohio State, it's like fourth on their depth chart. What is it? I don't get this.
Because they have Conklin, they have Uzama, they have.
Can we bet Conklin or Uzama gets cut? I mean, I don't. Do you see how those two are both going to make, unless they take a restructured contract, do you see how those two are going to make the team?
Because didn't they ended up then drafting the 7th round kid, right?
Right. I got to pronounce his name right because I got in trouble one time.
Cunts.
Cunts, yeah.
No, Dale, when I said that, you're like, oh my God, and all that stuff. So, no.
Yeah, man. I can't help it, Crip. I love the draft. It's year round for me, man. It
Oh,
stays
dude,
on my mind.
Dude, Dale, man, you're speaking my language, man. I love the draft too, bro.
Dale's already got fucking work going on for the 2025 draft.
Dale, is Marvin Harrison going to be the first pick of the draft next year?
No, because he's a wide receiver. And Caleb Williams, the quarterback, man. Somebody will want a quarterback. And Caleb Williams is that dude.
What college is he out of again?
He's USC, but he's at Oklahoma before he transferred last year to USC.
Right. Yeah.
He won the Heisman, right? He won the Heisman last year.
That's true.
So him and Drake May from North Carolina is another kid. That's a quarterback. But, yeah, I mean, Harrison, he's got a chance to go in the top 5, definitely top 10, but he's got a chance to go in the top 5. If he performs like he did last year, I mean, he can just do it all. He can run routes, he can catch the deep ball. I mean, his dad's a freaking Hall of Famer, and he's got about 6 inches on his dad.
Damn. Well, no deal. Who's a better prospect, Harrison Jr. or that Bowers, that tight end kid out of Georgia?
That's a good question. I would say Harrison because receiver's more important, but obviously Brock Bowers is a special tight end talent. So
is he more special than Kyle Pitts was?
I'll say no.
Okay.
But he's not far off. And this is all before I deep dive into watching these guys more extensive. But off the top of my head, what I've seen, no. Pitts is just a freak of nature.
Dude, man.
But Bowers is going to be really good. Don't get me wrong.
Bowers could be. I was tempted with Kyle Pitts at times, like, no, we got to go Jamar Chase because that was Burrow's guy. But I was tempted with Kyle Pitts. Were you ever tempted with Kyle Pitts?
Not really, because I was pretty locked in with Chase. And if we didn't take Chase, I wanted Sewell.
I was on Team Chase myself, but I'm just saying.
I was like, I don't need to be on a team. You're getting 2 great players no matter what.
Right, exactly. Like, but I was Team Chase, but you have to admit, Pitts was tempting at times.
Yeah, I got to where I had, and I had Chase. I was looking at my board the other day for that class, and I had Chase as my number 2 overall player, and I had Sewell as my number 3 overall player for the draft. The only guy ahead of him was Trevor Lawrence, and we weren't taking a quarterback.
No.
So really, Jamar Chase was my number 1 prospect for the Bengals, and we got him.
Did you think the Dolphins were going to nab Jamar Chase at any point? The Falcons. The Falcons.
I thought they should.
I thought they should have, but I never heard them talk about it.
No.
I thought it was either going to be Fields or Kyle Pitts. When they got Kyle Pitts, I was screaming. I was so happy because I'm like, we got Chase finally.
Yeah, Chase is just, man, it's like, there's no way this guy's not going to be really good.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, but Stranger here, early prediction for like, what do you mean by that? Like where he goes? I say he goes in the top 20. I think
top 10, probably, maybe. I've heard.
We'll see. I still think ultimately, it's just like every other year. Quarterbacks end up going, especially if you got a year where a wide receiver or two could go that early. You're going to always have 2 or 3 linemen in the mix in the top 10. Defensive end, defensive tackle prospects are going to be in the mix. So tight end just being the position it is typically gets put down. And that's what I mean, like Pitts, and maybe he does. Maybe he does go in the top 10. I'm not ruling that out, but I just say if I had to predict, I think he goes between 10 and 20.
Dale, there's one thing we do know about next year's draft. We're picking 32.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless the Dolphins fuck up and lose another pick or something.
Yeah, then we'll pick that. That's true.
We're picking last.
Then we'll pick 31.
We're picking last, damn it.
We'll pick 31, yeah.
Man, that was all year long. I kept saying, yeah, when we pick at 31, and or like I do something and I have us at pick 31, and people are like, why we pick 31? We're going to win. And I'm like, Dolphins don't have a damn draft pick. I said this 20 times. But no, I just thought that was weird that the Jets had Mayer like that high.
Why did they? But then again,
that's like for me, like it's not shocking for me because I thought he was that talented. But I'm just saying, compared to the rest of the NFL guys, who he didn't go to the second round then.
Well, no, another big shocker for me with that, since we're talking tight ends, Shoemaker, who I liked a lot, got picked in the second round. I mean, he was
him and the Penn State guy, which some people were higher on those guys.
Well, no, the one that crushed me the most is because the Packers already took a tight end. They're not going to take another, and they took my guy Craw. I was so pissed. But we had a shot in the second round to get him, and clearly they didn't care to take a tight end at that point.
No. Well, they were going to take Kincaid if he was available, right?
No, do you think they would have taken Kincaid over Miles Murphy?
Man, I don't know. That's why I wish we had these videos. And that's the thing.
I want to know.
Even if they had the video, you would never see that part. They wouldn't have that get out to where it says, and you never see it on any of the, because you never see it on these. You only see when it's like, because they might have said one thing and then later they're going to clip the part that makes it look like that's the guy they wanted.
Yeah,
right.
No matter what.
Do you think what if they did? The only 2 tight ends we knew they liked were Kincaid and Laporta. Say if we took Laporta, would you have been pissed off? Because that kind of would have been a little too high. I wouldn't have been too mad, but would you have been pissed?
I would have got over it. I mean, obviously, but I just, ranking wise, I would have been a little disappointed. Because, I mean, I liked Mayer more than I liked Laporta.
No, I liked Mayer too.
Simple. If I'm going to get a tight end, I'd rather get the all-around guy still.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just – I know the league's changing, though, so. Man, Rowdy coming.
Rowdy!
Super chat off the top rope. Rowdy, I finally got some of that money, too. Finally got part of it. So
there you go.
Woo!
Local Dale.
Derek split it up with me and Joe this go-around. Joe's been killing it with the shirt game, so – and Derek being generous since he comes on once every 12 years on his own show. But T had 207 receiving yards on this lovely super chat from Rowdy. Expected on passes 10-plus air yards, ranking 4th best in NFL. Led the league in catch rate, over expected when targeted in the middle third of the field, 13.1%. Rowdy loves Clemson.
Fucking loves the
Comes
Tigers.
in giving us some T knowledge. Obviously, he comes in teabagging us. We love it when he does. We love getting teabagged by Rowdy.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to call it. Just right there, right in the nuts in the face. But no, Rowdy, I hope we re-sign him. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I wish it was done, but we're just going to say they're going to get Burrow first, and then we're going to get T, and we're going to get Logan, and we're going to extend DJ Reader, and we're going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah. We're going to get them all, them motherfuckers.
What the is cooking.
Shit.
That was for you, Crip.
Oh,
and great
the shirt off. The shirt off is for fucking Crip.
Well, no, doing the whole the rock thing.
Yeah, but can I tell you guys something? Duke Tobin normally just stays quiet, but when he was on Pat McAfee's show, I have never seen a dude look so confident in my entire life. When he's like, "I'll put it this way: he is not going to ask any of you for loans. I've never seen Duke Tobin look so confident in anything in my entire life. Have you
So
guys?
what you're saying is he pulled out Big Dick Duke and was just like, flop, here it is.
Yeah, no, he's like, buddy, he's going to make money. He's going to be here for a long time. I mean, I've never seen him look so confident in my entire life about everything. Have you guys?
I didn't get to watch it. I need to go back and watch it.
Fucking Duke Tobin's walking around Cincinnati with a strut now.
No. What's that thing that who's that Conor McGregor? How he walks like this? That little yeah. That's what Duke Tobin's doing right now.
Yep.
That is exactly what Duke Tobin's doing right now.
Like you after you run over a fucking duck and you're putting the mower away.
That too.
Rock hard. I'm pouring up here on Bengals and Bruce.
Yes.
Well, no. Funny. When I was doing, I'll tell the story. When I was doing Luther Vision, I was asking Dale and them for suggestions, and I did a vote, and Greg Hub was one of the ones. But I'm like, Dale, I don't know if that's a good idea.
I loved it.
But Dale loved it. And I was, thank God, Luther Vision did win. But Greg Hub was on the list.
That's basically what this is when Greg takes his shirt off. It's Greg Hub.
Yeah, let's call it Greg Hub. What the hell, finally? Yeah.
Yeah, you've got Luther Vision is when you screenshot people on there.
Right, exactly.
But Greg Hub is when we get you to take your clothes off.
Yeah, all right, so we got Greg Hub now. We've
got both.
We got Big Savage Greg, we got Luther Vision, now we got Greg Hub. Let's keep that on.
Hashtag Greg Hub.
But no, Dale, speaking of names, I called Porch up on the phone. We do this little Cincinnati food thing. We need your help. We need to think of a name. Greg and Pork Chop's Natty Adventure or something. Help think of a name, man. You're a creative guy, thinker.
The Savage Pork Review.
Hey.
Well, but then it seems like you're just going to only review pork. Yeah.
No, the Savage Pork Review.
Or maybe we're out there porking.
Yeah.
Making bacon.
No. The Savage Chop Review.
I mean, you could go that route, but then it sounds like you're chopping things up.
Well, I'm chopping down restaurants. We're chopping down.
If we went to the Golden Corral, it could be Bengals and buffets.
I've never been to Golden Corral.
Yeah, it'd be a waste of money for me now.
Yeah.
How the fuck you never been to Golden Corral?
Dude, don't get me started.
It's been a while. I remember going there.
Most of them shut down.
Yeah. I remember going there, gosh, like after, like maybe we were a freshman or sophomore for like after a music performance. We would go to rest homes and perform or whatever. And going there and just being like, all right, boys, who can fucking dominate this buffet the most? It used to be really good.
Hell yeah, it was.
But then we had one in town here, and somebody like videoed the stuff in the back. Yeah, no one. Yeah, it got shut down.
Oh yeah, fuck that.
This was before COVID. It got shut down. Like,
yeah,
they got exposed for some nasty ass habits.
When I was a kid, there was one in Cincinnati where you would just stand still and like the buffet would spin around in a fucking circle. This big giant fucking buffet, and you just stand there and get your shit. It fucked up because if you missed it, like we would go there on all you can eat shrimp night. I'd walk out of that bitch. I couldn't even hardly fucking move when I was a kid. Yeah, I'd eat so much goddamn shrimp. Then you got to get ice cream. You know what I mean?
I don't know where Ryan's like.
No, I never had Ryan's.
I never had. Where the fuck is?
But Dale, our next adventure is Hofbrauhaus, a little German place.
I've been there.
You've been there? Oh, it's awesome, isn't it?
Hey, yeah. Dale, you're invited.
Come on, Dale.
I've been there. I went before Reds game.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I know.
Hey, I fucking love German food, man. Their goddamn sauerkraut there is fucking.
Dude, it's legit, man.
The buffet boys of Bengals and Bruce.
Buffet boys, yeah.
I like that. Okay.
If there were the more buffets to go to.
Right.
Yeah, well, it's not a buffet we're going to or anything, but Kieran, Pork Chop, what was the thing Kieran said? The waitress, like, people.
Oh, my God. She kept wanting him to say tomato.
He said tomato.
Tomato.
I think Karen was like the first. I think Karen was literally the first British customer they had in there. They just thought it was cool. It was so cool.
They were fascinated.
They were No, this is the way she was fascinated and all that. So it was awesome.
Tomato. It's like, what are you doing?
Tomato.
Yeah, what are you doing, tomato?
I take your order. What? I like some beans and toast and nice sliced up tomato.
You saw the picture of Pork Chop burger. That was a big, thick piece of meat, and that's what I like. That's the type of burger I like.
Greg was checking out my big, thick piece of meat.
He said, "You seen Pork Chop's big old thick piece of meat, and that's the way I like it." That's what he just said. Quote.
No, the burger I like. Yeah, the burger. I walked into that one though.
What are you saying, Greg? You got something against my big, thick piece of meat?
But I'm going back to buffets. I'm hungry. I haven't ate today, so I'm getting ready to eat here in a minute when we get off here. But I'll go back to, okay, ours is like when I was a kid and we get like income tax money back or whatever.
Right.
We would go to Ponderosa.
Ooh.
Yes.
The
salad bar.
Yeah, get like they always had a buffet. And like, I feel like we, maybe get a steak, or maybe my parents would get a steak, and then maybe we got a piece or two, but we basically got the buffet.
Right.
Basically, they treated themselves. But hey, it's what happens when you have 4 kids. My dad was a teacher, like me. I've been poor my whole life. Mom was a stay-at-home mom that sometimes cleaned houses. So
my dad, we didn't have much money either. My dad worked at Kenner Toys. That was cool, except for. Cool. You would think it's cool as fuck, man, growing up in the 70s and 80s to have every fucking Star Wars toy that they had until you wanted a goddamn Matchbox car. Couldn't get no fucking Matchbox car. My dad would bring home the fucking Kenner catalog for our Christmas list. And the shit wasn't even packaged. It'd be in a fucking plastic bag.
You had all the Star Wars toys and you're bitching because you didn't get a Matchbox car?
Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah. Hey,
Pork chop.
Fucking Mike Griner across the street had
right here. If that's the worst thing in your childhood, man, it's the smallest violin playing for you.
Yeah,
unfortunately, it's not the worst thing. Bro. My mom made me fucking drink powdered milk. We didn't even have regular milk, powdered milk, and some fucked up shit that's not chocolate called carob. Because we were all fat, she was always putting us on diets, eating some kind of fucking diet chocolate called carob.
I feel like our breakfast, if we ever had breakfast most mornings, I mean, don't get me wrong, we would have breakfast sometimes, but it seemed like, for school or something, it'd be like fried bologna, a piece of bologna. I love
fried bologna.
That's what I'm saying. It's been a while, but
no. For me, breakfast was cereal. I had Pop-Tarts and strawberry milk.
Listen, my mom would make pancakes, and you know what?
All right, Rich Greg. You see how Rich Greg was? He's like,
I wasn't rich, man. No.
I had Pop-Tarts.
I had fancy-ass fucking Pop-Tarts.
Grey Poupon.
My mom.
I like Grey Poupon.
When my mom made pancakes or French toast, she would put like fucking brown sugar and water in a pan and boil it, and she would make syrup out of it. It was just like brown sugar water. We didn't even have fucking.
What the hell, dude?
Brown sugar water, Greg.
Hey, we always had what we needed and what we wanted.
That's right.
But my parents always made sure we had, what we needed.
Hey, look, I didn't fucking starve. That's for God's sake.
What do you eat for breakfast normally when you wake up in the morning? Do you even eat breakfast?
Not a lot, but I like to. So I like these sausage biscuit sandwiches that you can just put in the microwave.
Yeah, I like those.
Those are pretty clutch. And then obviously at work, I've told you guys how that gas station has those damn breakfast burritos.
I gotta try those, man.
They make me come, but they don't always have them. That's the thing. You go in there and there's one or two of those left. I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be a good day.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of days they don't have them.
But then again, you got to go to the toilet like, hey, it's a shit day.
Well, I have to go to the toilet because I would wake up and shit most days, but I try my damnedest. If I think I can make it to work, I'm shitting on the clock, Greg.
There you go, man.
Paid for it.
So I'm shitting anyways, so it doesn't matter.
Hey, I know. I do it too now. I do it too. I'm like, when it's hot outside, man, it's nice to sit in the bathroom for 10 or 15 minutes and cool off.
Hey,
why shit for free when you can get paid to shit?
I swear to God, sometimes I go in the bathroom and I hit the stopwatch on my phone, and then I figure out, I do the math and see how much I got paid to take a shit.
I don't do that, man. But
yeah, I was gonna say I don't do that either.
I don't do that, bro.
I went in, I hit the stopwatch, and when I get done wiping, I hit that stopwatch again, see how much I got paid.
Can I get an hour throughout the day of different shits that can I accumulate a full hour's work where I just made X amount of money? I make this much per hour. Yeah, just made $30 today because I shit 3 different times for a total of 1 hour.
Then I figure it up for the year, right? Keep tally, keep a chart, get a pie chart going. By the end of the year, how much money I got paid to shit.
I made $4,500 on the shitter.
I made $4,500 taking a shit.
Well, last night it was just talking to me.
That's right. I didn't have time to make money taking a shit last night.
I think I kept Chop on the phone for like 45 minutes last night.
Every one of those 45 minutes, I was getting fucking paid.
Yeah. Did anybody say anything when you came back?
No, they didn't say anything. I'll tell you what was fucked up last night is the police didn't bring anybody all fucking night, right? And then they called at like 6 o'clock in the morning and they said, hey, we're just asking, are you guys off a diversion? So we started our shift. Nobody told us that they had called the police and told them don't bring anybody because they were at capacity. So they didn't bring anybody all night. They called it like 6 in the morning.
And you weren't at capacity.
I was like, hell yeah, that's awesome. That's some
Can we
goddamn
do this
fun.
more often?
I thought for sure they were going to show up, but they didn't show up by the time we left.
Hey, Chris wants you to track it for the year.
All right. I need to get me a fucking notebook and start keeping track.
Yeah. So, Dale, you are coming to Hot Fry House with us when we go, right?
$5K a year to take it done.
I don't know about that, Greg.
Yes, you are. Come on, man.
If I'm going to drive 2 hours and 2 hours back, man, we need to at least get another signing or something going on too. You know.
All right.
Well, we'll make sure that we plan something for when you do come down for a day or something.
Yeah,
you can pick the restaurant.
Yeah, you pick the restaurant, bro.
I'm pretty basic, but you know.
Hey,
I do still want to try Midwest sometime, but
there you go.
What on Dale? I'll kidnap you. I already told Parker, like we already told Parker, I'm grabbing him by that Goldilocks hair, drag him to Midwest if I have to.
Yeah, it's so weird last night. So Chop, obviously you had to work, but when we were on the stream, we didn't go live, but we were just chatting and bullshitting. Parker hopped on, and he had the locks out. Man, it's like it's not Parker. It's like a whole different guy.
Yeah, he wasn't wearing the hat.
No.
Oh, I don't even know if I'd recognize that guy without that fucking flat bill.
It's kind of like, who's this fucking badass rocker?
Yeah.
Wasn't it, Greg?
Oh no, he was awesome though. It was just like, man, this is the guy that we get. No, he was awesome. Parker was. It was awesome seeing him.
But yeah, we got another show at 8, so we should probably end this one. We've gone almost an hour and 20. Greg come alive. I was see, guys. Look, the show cheered him up, brought him back to life.
I'm alive!
See, so much better than the first half of the show. See, Greg needed it. He needed it, guys.
I needed it, bitches.
All right. I had to change my name too, Greg. Did you?
Yeah, no. Santori changed my name.
He changed all our names.
No, he changed my name to Diarrhea at one point. When I was getting ready to log in, my name was still Diarrhea. I'm like, God damn.
Mine was
people's names.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how, but mine was bitch ass Dell.
No, mine was fuck Greg.
Chop's looking into it.
Oh God, I walked into this.
I don't even know how to do that. How do you do it? Sucks, murderer.
You click that 3 dots next to the microphone on their thing, and there's a drop down.
Edit name.
Edit name.
Here, let me fix your.
Oh God, no, Dale, no. You're letting a man. Oh God.
I'm gonna do that more often. Like, get somebody on that's like.
No, they're not paying attention, and yeah.
Like Jake Lisco.
Yes.
We might have him on here in a week or two. I'm going to be like Limp Bizkit. So fucking change his name halfway through the show. Yeah, and just see if he notices that we changed his name.
No. You should do it with Derek, like what is Crypt Keeper called Derek at times and all that. I forget.
Oh, fucking Casper's dick.
Yeah, dude, just do it.
We got to try to remember that tonight.
Yes,
just do it.
I'm gonna have to write it down because I'm about halfway through the fucking show. I might not remember much.
No, seriously, just do it in the middle of the show where you're not paying attention. That'd be funny. Well, he's probably watching this right now.
Okay.
So.
No, he's fucking sleeping.
All right.
Thanks, Crip. Yeah, this is fun, man. It's always good to get on here and talk and get some good laughs in. And
right, I was a little out of it, but you guys pulled me back up. You guys yanked me by the shirt, yanked me back up.
That's what these 3:30 shows are for, man.
Hell yeah,
get people fucking going.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And I didn't kill any animals today, so this is a good day.
Okay, Duck Murderer.
Yeah,
I killed a fly.
That's his name. That's his name. Is Duck
That's
Murderer.
literally your name, Duck Murderer.
No, we're not going down this road. No. Well, no, call me DM, Duck Murderer. We can call me DM.
Yeah.
Dick Murderer.
Yeah. Dick Munch.
He murders his dick. All right. Well, appreciate you all for tuning in. Hope some of you can tune back in at 8. It's Pork Chop's night debut, so this could be interesting.
This will be very interesting. Are we going to see your shirt off with your nipple?
I'm going fucking for Loco, Greg. Who knows what the fuck you're going to
Who
see?
the fuck knows, man?
I'm cracking that bitch open when fucking Houday Baby goes, let's go.
But in all honesty, hey, Pork Chop, man, in all honesty, man, couldn't be more happy for you, man. Let's all give a big round of applause to Pork Chop. You earned it, buddy. We love you, bro.
Thank you.
Well deserved, man.
I hope that I live up to everybody's expectations.
Pork Chop, you've already done that. Trust me.